Harley Davidson doesn't want you to know that their legendary reliability claims are complete fiction. What if I told you that bikes selling for $25,000 were designed so poorly that dealers had standing orders for replacement parts? That's not exaggeration. Some models left riders stranded before hitting 5,000 miles. Imagine dropping a house payment on what seems like American manufacturing excellence, only to discover it was assembled by people who clearly never rode motorcycles. In this video, I'm ranking every Harley Davidson motorcycle ever made throughout their 120-year history. And trust me, number one might shock you. It's so bulletproof that riders regularly clock 200,000 miles without major engine work. Stick with me because this isn't just a ranking. It's your financial survival guide to avoid the money pits disguised as premium motorcycles. Before we dive into this ranking, let me be clear about something. This isn't about which Harley looks the coolest or sounds the meanest. Those are subjective. This ranking is based on hard facts. Technical innovation, 30%, reliability, 40%, and cultural impact, 30%. I've spent decades in the saddle and under the wrench, and I'm going to tell you exactly which Harleys deserve your money and which ones deserve to be forgotten. Let's start with Tier D, the cautionary tales. These are the bikes defined by reliability failures and poor design. The models that even die-hard Harley fans admit were disasters. Number 19, Street 500 and 750, Revolution X. The Street series with their liquid-cooled Revolution X engines kicks off our list at the very bottom. Harley introduced these as entry-level bikes in the mid-2010s to attract new riders. Instead, they attracted endless complaints. Poor design choices, subpar build quality, and an overall feeling of cheapness plagued these machines. They weren't just bad Harleys, they were bad motorcycles, period. Let's talk specifics. The Revolution X engine was Harley's attempt at a modern, liquid-cooled platform for beginners, but it missed the mark in nearly every way. The engine lacked character. It didn't sound, feel, or perform like what people expect from a Harley. Power delivery was uninspiring, with a flat torque curve that failed to excite. The fit and finish were noticeably inferior to other Harley models, with plastic parts that felt brittle and cheap. Owners reported numerous issues: electrical gremlins that would drain batteries overnight, fuel injection systems that needed constant adjustment, and cooling systems that struggled in traffic. Even the ergonomics felt like an afterthought. The riding position cramped taller riders, while shorter riders struggled with the bike's weight distribution. Number 18, Specific Touring Models 2009 to 2012. These particular years of touring bikes were plagued by recall number 0145, which wasn't some minor issue. It involved the rear brake light switch and brake function, affecting over 250,000 motorcycles. When a safety recall is that widespread, it destroys consumer confidence. The problem centered on the rear brake light switch, which could fail due to heat from the exhaust system. This failure could prevent the brake light from activating when the rear brake was applied, creating an obvious safety hazard. But the issues didn't stop there. Many of these models also suffered from faulty ABS modules, premature transmission failures, and electrical system problems that would leave riders stranded. This recall alone cost Harley millions in repairs and immeasurable damage to their reputation. These years represent a serious low point for the FL family of bikes. If you're looking at a used touring bike from this period, check the VIN against recall databases before you even think about it. And even if the recall work was done, be prepared for other issues to crop up. Number 17, Shovelhead Era, AMF Years, 1969 to 1981. Despite their iconic status in movies like Easy Rider, these bikes were mechanical nightmares. The Shovelhead engine itself had inherent design flaws. Oil leaks weren't just common, they were guaranteed. Heat management was a constant problem because of how differently the head and cylinder barrel expanded. The American Machine and Foundry, AMF years, represent the darkest period in Harley's history. After purchasing Harley in 1969, AMF slashed costs and pushed production numbers, while quality control plummeted. Workers were demoralized, parts were substandard, and bikes left the factory in shockingly poor condition. The 1981 Sportster and 1981 Sturgis models were especially problematic. Quality control was non-existent during this period. Bikes left the factory with loose bolts, misaligned components, and electrical systems that seemed designed by someone who'd never heard of waterproofing. Owners joked that you needed to own two shovel heads, one to ride while the other was in the shop. Number 16, F-Head IOE era, 1914 to 1929. The earliest Big V twins from Harley utilized the F-Head architecture, also known as intake over exhaust or pocket valve design. These early models, such as the JD, were produced from 1914 to 1929, initially in 1000cc displacement, followed by a 1200cc version introduced in 1922. To understand the F-Head, you need to appreciate just how primitive motorcycle engineering was in this era. The intake valve was located in the cylinder head and operated by vacuum. It was automatic, while the exhaust valve was in the cylinder block and operated by a push rod. This arrangement was a compromise that allowed for better cooling of the exhaust valve, but created numerous maintenance headaches. These engines required constant adjustment. The automatic intake valves were particularly problematic as they relied on spring tension rather than mechanical actuation. This meant power delivery was inconsistent, especially at different elevations or in changing temperatures. Lubrication systems were rudimentary, with total loss systems that required regular oil top-offs and created constant messes beneath the bike. Hey, if you're enjoying this breakdown of Harley history, make sure you hit subscribe and turn on notifications. I drop new motorcycle content every week that could save you thousands on your next bike purchase. Now we move into Tier C, the experimental ventures and niche successes. These models represented technological leaps that ultimately failed to integrate profitably into Harley's core business, or served highly specialized markets. Number 15, trike models, Tri-Glide Freewheeler. Moving up slightly, we have Harley's three-wheeled offerings. While these provide unmatched stability for riders who prefer or need the extra wheel, they represent a niche within an already niche market. Harley's modern trikes emerged from a long tradition of three-wheeled Harleys, dating back to the Survey car commercial vehicles of the 1930s to 1970s. The modern iterations, particularly the Tri-Glide Ultra and the Freewheeler, are purpose-built from the factory rather than aftermarket conversions, giving them better integration and handling than conversion kits. The Tri-Glide offers the full-dress touring experience with all the amenities of an Ultra Limited, while the Freewheeler provides a stripped-down, more agile package. Both feature a solid rear axle with automotive-style differential, providing stability but limiting cornering ability compared to leaning trikes like the Can-Am Spyder. Number 14, V-Rod VRSC Family, 2002 to 2017. The V-Rod was Harley's attempt to compete with high-performance motorcycles from Japan and Europe. Developed with Porsche, this liquid-cooled Revolution engine was a technical marvel that produced impressive power. The Revolution engine was unlike anything Harley had produced before, a 60-degree V-twin with overhead cams, liquid cooling, and a redline above 9,000 RPM. It produced 115 horsepower in stock form, putting it in direct competition with Japanese and European performance cruisers. The chassis featured a hydroform frame, modern suspension components, and a distinctive angled radiator that gave the bike its unique profile. The V-Rod spawned multiple variants over its 15-year production run. The Night Rod with its blacked-out aesthetics, the Street Rod with its more aggressive ergonomics, the V-Rod Muscle with bodywork inspired by drag bikes, and even the CVO variants with premium paint and accessories. Each offered variations on the high-performance cruiser theme while maintaining the core Revolution engine architecture. Number 13, K-Model and KR, 1952 to 1969. In the early 1950s, Harley Davidson sought to counter the influx of quick, lighter British motorcycles. This led to the creation of the K-Model, 750cc, 1952 to 1953, and its racing variant, the Model KR, 750cc, 1952 to 1953, 1953 to 1969. The K model featured several technological innovations for Harley at the time, including a unit construction engine, where the transmission and engine shared a common case, hydraulic suspension at both ends, and a foot shifter with hand clutch, the modern control configuration. These were significant departures from Harley's traditional separate engine/transmission design and rigid frame construction. The KR racing variant dominated American dirt track racing for years, winning numerous AMA championships. Its success on the track helped boost Harley's performance credentials during a time when British bikes like Triumph and BSA were threatening their market position. The KR's racing DNA would eventually influence many of Harley's later performance models. Number 12. Early Ironhead Sportsters, 1957 to 1985. The original Sportster was Harley's answer to the British invasion. When introduced in 1957, it featured an overhead valve, unit construction engine that was more advanced than anything in Harley's lineup. The name Sportster wasn't just marketing. These bikes were genuinely sporty for their era, offering better power-to-weight ratios and handling than Harley's big twins. Early Sportsters came in various displacements and configurations, from the XLCH, competition hot models favored by racers, to the more touring-oriented XLH variants. Iconic models like the XR750 race bike and the limited production XLCR Cafe Racer demonstrated the platform's versatility and performance potential. While it eventually evolved into a reliable platform, the early Ironhead Sportsters suffered from many of the same issues as other Harleys of the era: oil leaks, vibration, and questionable reliability, especially during the AMF years. The primary drive chain required frequent adjustment, and the right-side shifter, until 1975, was awkward for riders accustomed to Japanese bikes. Electrical systems were rudimentary and prone to failure, particularly in wet conditions. Now we move to Tier B, the reliable workhorses and defining classics. These platforms succeeded commercially or historically, but suffered from notable technological limitations or mandatory maintenance issues. Number 11. Flathead W Series and Cervicar, 1932 to 1973. The Flathead earned its spot through sheer longevity and historical significance. The Flathead Big Twin utilized a side valve configuration and saw production from 1930 to 1949. This design was rugged and relatively easy to manufacture and service compared to the emerging OHV technology. The W Series, particularly the WLA Liberator, became the backbone of military transportation during World War II. More than 90,000 WLA models were produced for military use, and their performance in harsh conditions around the world cemented Harley's reputation for toughness. These motorcycles traversed battlefields, deserts, and jungles, often with minimal maintenance, demonstrating remarkable durability. The Cervicar, a three-wheeled utility vehicle designed initially for auto dealerships to use as service vehicles, enjoyed an extraordinary 41-year production run from 1932 to 1973. Police departments, small businesses, and delivery services relied on these machines for decades. The Cervicar's longevity demonstrates exceptional long-term commercial reliability and market penetration during challenging economic times, including the Great Depression and the post-war boom. Number 10. Twin-cam TC88 and TC96, early models 1999 to 2006. The twin-cam engine debuted in 1999, replacing the Evolution Big Twin. This new platform represented a significant redesign, featuring two cam assemblies, one for each cylinder, instead of the single cam of previous engines. Initially offered an 88 cubic inch displacement, 1,450 cc, and later expanded to 96 cubic inches, 1,584 cc, the twin cam promised more power and better cooling than its predecessor. The twin cam powered virtually every big twin model in the lineup, from Dynas to Softails to touring bikes. Early models delivered on the promise of increased performance, with better highway cruising ability and more top-end power than the Evolution engine they replaced. The engine was visually distinctive while maintaining the classic 45-degree V-twin layout that defined the brand. While later versions would prove reliable, the early models suffered from a critical flaw: the cam chain tensioners. These plastic components would fail without warning, potentially causing catastrophic engine damage. The tensioner shoes would wear prematurely, leading to improper chain tension and timing issues. In severe cases, this could result in valve-to-piston contact and complete engine failure. Number 9. Twin-cam TC88 and TC96, later well-maintained models 2007 to 2016. After Harley addressed the cam chain, tensioner issues, the twin cam became a solid, reliable platform. The later TC96 models in particular offered a good balance of power, reliability, and the classic Harley experience. Introduced in 2007, the 96 cubic inch version provided a welcome power boost, especially for heavier touring models. Further refinements came with each model year. The 2007 redesign included a new 6-speed cruise drive transmission, providing a true overdrive gear for highway cruising that significantly improved the touring experience. Fuel injection became standard across the lineup, improving cold weather starting, throttle response, and fuel economy. Later models featured additional displacement increases to 103 and eventually 110 cubic inches in select models, providing even more torque for improved acceleration and passing power. Subscribe right now for more exclusive motorcycle content. We're just getting to the real gems in this ranking. Now we move into Tier A, the dependable legends that represent Harley at its best. These are bikes that successfully balance performance, reliability, and cultural impact. Number 8. Knucklehead, 1936 to 1947. The Knucklehead represented a paradigm shift for Harley Davidson. As the company's first successful overhead valve, OHV Big Twin, it dramatically increased performance and defined the classic V-twin silhouette that remains iconic today. Produced from 1936 to 1947 in both 60 cubic inch, 983 cc, and 74 cubic inch, 1,212 cc displacements, the Knucklehead was a true game changer. The engine's nickname came from the distinctive valve covers that resembled knuckles on a closed fist. This visual identity would become an enduring part of Harley's design language, influencing engines decades later. The OHV design allowed for higher compression ratios and better breathing than previous side valve engines, resulting in significantly improved performance for the era. Beyond its mechanical innovations, the Knucklehead introduced the recirculating oil system, replacing the total loss systems of earlier models, and the 4-speed transmission that would become standard on Big Twins for decades. The frame and suspension were also improved, offering better handling and rider comfort than previous generations. The Knucklehead wasn't without its issues, particularly in the earliest production years. Oil return problems could lead to sumping, oil collecting in the crankcase rather than returning to the tank, and some components proved less durable than expected under hard use. However, Harley progressively refined the design throughout its production run, addressing most of these concerns. Number 7. FXR models 1982 to 1994, 1999 to 2000. The FXR platform is often called the best frame Harley ever built by enthusiasts, and for good reason. Introduced in 1982, it represented a significant engineering advance for the motor company. Combining a modified touring frame with the shovelhead, later Evolution, engine, the FXR offered superior handling compared to other Harley models of the era. The FXR's frame utilized a triangulated design with the engine as a stressed member, providing exceptional rigidity and precision handling that was previously unknown in a Harley cruiser. The rubber mounting system isolated the engine vibration while maintaining the visceral feel riders wanted, creating a bike that was comfortable for long distances, yet still felt like a proper Harley. Models like the FXR-T Sport Glide and FXR-D Grand Touring Edition featured advanced aerodynamics and touring capabilities in a more agile package than the full-dress Tourers. The FXR-T in particular, with its frame-mounted fairing and hard saddlebags, developed a cult following for its combination of sport and touring capabilities. The Super Glide and Lowrider variants offered stripped-down, more urban-focused options within the same excellent chassis. The FXR represented Harley's ability to evolve technologically while maintaining its core identity, earning it a solid spot in our top 10. Number 6. Panhead era, 1948 to 1965. The Panhead represented a major step forward in Harley's evolution. Produced from 1948 to 1965, it refined the OHV concept with aluminum heads, and most importantly, introduced hydraulic valve lifters in 1949. The engine got its nickname from the pan-shaped valve covers, which replaced the knuckle-shaped covers of its predecessor. The aluminum heads provided better cooling than the cast iron heads of the Knucklehead, addressing one of that engine's weaknesses. But the real innovation was those hydraulic lifters, which significantly reduced maintenance requirements and valve train noise. Before this, Harley owners had to regularly adjust valve clearances, a time-consuming task that required specific skills and tools. The self-adjusting hydraulic lifters eliminated this maintenance item, making the bikes more user-friendly. The Panhead engine powered the new Hydra-Glide model line, which earned its name from the first factory hydraulic front suspension. Previous Harleys had used Springer front ends, which were adequate for their time but limited in their ability to absorb bumps and maintain control during braking. The telescopic front fork represented a significant upgrade in both comfort and handling. Number 5. Current Softail models with Milwaukee 8, 2018 to present. The 2018 redesign of the Softail platform was revolutionary. By combining the twin-cam Dyna and Softail lines into a single improved chassis with the Milwaukee 8 engine, Harley created their best handling cruisers ever. This was the most significant chassis update in decades, representing a clean-sheet approach to Harley's core cruiser lineup. The new frame is 34% stiffer and 22 pounds lighter than its predecessor, dramatically improving handling response and rider feedback. The monoshock rear suspension replaced the dual shocks of the Dyna and the under-transmission shock of the previous Softail, providing better ride quality and easier preload adjustment. The new chassis offers better lean angles than previous generations, allowing for more aggressive cornering without scraping floorboards or exhausts. Models like the Fat Bob, Heritage Classic, and Lowrider S combine classic Harley styling with genuinely improved performance. The Fat Bob in particular, with its inverted front forks and aggressive ergonomics, demonstrates just how well a Harley can handle when properly engineered. The Heritage Classic maintains traditional styling cues while delivering thoroughly modern performance and comfort. The Lowrider S channels the spirit of the famed FXR with its mid-controls and mini-fairing, appealing to performance-minded riders. Number 4. Modern touring models with Milwaukee 8, 2017 to present. The current generation of touring bikes, Road King, Street Glide, Road Glide, Ultra Limited, represent the pinnacle of Harley's long-distance machines. These models build on the touring platform's long evolution, incorporating decades of refinement with thoroughly modern technology to create the most capable long-distance motorcycles in Harley's history. Powered by the Milwaukee 8 engine in various displacements, 107, 114, and 117 cubic inches, these bikes offer the perfect combination of comfort, power, and reliability for covering serious miles. The Milwaukee 8 addressed virtually every criticism leveled at previous big twin engines. It runs cooler, vibrates less, produces more power, and delivers better fuel economy. The frame is rock solid, providing stable handling even when fully loaded with passenger and luggage. The suspension offers good compliance over rough pavement while maintaining composure during cornering and braking. Electronic rider aids like linked braking systems, ABS, and traction control on select models add safety without interfering with the riding experience. The infotainment systems are class-leading, offering intuitive interfaces, excellent sound quality, and comprehensive connectivity options. The Boombox GTS system includes a touchscreen that works with gloves, voice recognition, and smartphone integration that allows riders to access navigation, music, and communication functions without distraction. Number 3. Revolution Max Platform, 2021 to present. The Revolution Max engine powering the Pan America adventure bike and Sportster S represents Harley's most technologically advanced platform to date. This liquid-cooled 60-degree V-twin features variable valve timing, double overhead cams, and produces impressive power while meeting strict emission standards. Unlike the earlier Revolution engine used in the V-Rod, the Revolution Max was designed to serve as a stressed member of the chassis, eliminating the traditional frame and reducing weight significantly. This contemporary approach allows for a variety of different motorcycle types to be built around a common engine architecture, giving Harley new flexibility in model development. The Pan America Adventure bike represents Harley's first serious foray into the adventure touring segment, and it's remarkably successful for a first attempt. With features like adaptive ride height, sophisticated electronics, and genuine off-road capability, it competes credibly with established players like BMW and KTM. The Sportster S reimagines the Sportster concept with high performance and modern technology, while maintaining distinctive styling. Number 2. Evolution Sportster, 1986 to 2022. The Evolution Sportster represents one of the longest-running, most successful motorcycle platforms ever created. Over its incredible 36-year production run, this air-cooled V-twin powered everything from bare-bones iron 883 to premium 1200cc custom models. The Sportster's combination of accessibility, reliability, and character made it a gateway to the Harley world for countless riders. Introduced in 1986, the Evolution Sportster engine addressed many of the reliability issues that plagued the previous Ironhead design. Oil leaks were dramatically reduced, cooling was improved, and overall durability was significantly enhanced. The 883cc and 1200cc displacement options offered choices for different performance levels and price points, while maintaining a common architecture for simplified maintenance and parts commonality. What made the Evo Sportster special was its simplicity, reliability, and infinite customizability. The basic design remained largely unchanged for decades, creating an enormous aftermarket of performance parts and custom accessories. Everything from mild hop-up kits to radical engine rebuilds, from subtle styling tweaks to complete custom transformations was possible, making each Sportster potentially unique to its owner. Number 1. Evolution Big Twin, 1984 to 1999. The legendary Evo Big Twin claims our top spot as the greatest Harley Davidson engine platform ever created. Introduced in 1984 as the company emerged from the disastrous AMF years, the Evolution engine saved Harley Davidson from bankruptcy through sheer reliability and performance. This 80 cubic inch, 1,340cc, air-cooled V-twin finally delivered on the promise of a leak-free, dependable Harley that could compete with Japanese reliability while maintaining that unmistakable American character. The Evo powered iconic models like the Heritage Softail, Fat Boy, and Electra Glide, establishing the visual language that defines Harley to this day. What makes the Evo special isn't just its reliability, it's how perfectly it balances the raw, visceral experience riders want from a Harley with the dependability needed for everyday use and long-distance touring. These engines regularly clock 100,000 plus miles with basic maintenance, and rebuilding them is straightforward when needed. The Evolution Big Twin represents Harley at its absolute best: authentic, reliable, and unmistakably American. It's the engine that rebuilt the company's reputation and set the standard against which all future Harley engines would be measured. If you're looking for the definitive Harley-Davidson experience with minimum headaches, an Evolution-powered bike from the 1990s remains the gold standard. If you found this ranking insightful, check out my video, 12 Most Overhyped Harley-Davidson Motorcycles of All Time, where I expose the models that never lived up to their marketing hype. It's the perfect companion to this ranking and might save you from making an expensive mistake on your next bike purchase.